Truth, dare, spin, bottles. You know how to ball. I know Aristotle. I had to write the lyrics on this. Okay, just let me be. Brand new, full throttle. Touch me while your bros play Grand Theft Auto. It's true, swear, scouts, honor. You know what you want, and boy, you got her. It would have been a lot better if I knew it off the top of my head, and I'll be the first to admit that. Okay, guys, we're back in the studio today. I know. Also, I want to say this. I'm going to go ahead and just throw this out there. This episode that we're recording in this moment comes out in like 24 hours. 24 hours probably to the exact. Because I did this really cool thing where I pushed off recording 2 whole weeks. Because I wanted to make sure that in the new episode I could talk about the Tortured Post Department and Fortnite music video. Okay, I know. And then you're not gonna believe this. It comes out, the album comes out, I get violently ill. And not in the way that, like, I love it so much I'm ill, but, like, I'm ill. I'm sick. Sickness has been going around the fam, and it finally hit me. I feel awful. I feel so bad. This morning was rough. I'll admit, this morning was pretty rough. I was, like, in my bathroom, like, like, about to throw up. I didn't, though, because mind over matter. Learn that from Grey's Anatomy. You can always learn something from Meredith Grey. So, but yeah, it's been rough. But I'm feeling a lot better now that I slept for like 16 hours or so. What else? Oh, okay. Guys, let's actually get to the meat here. The Tortured Poets Department is out. Okay. Guys, it's some of her best work. I'm sorry. It is. Okay. I see I'm at a loss for words. I haven't even got to listen, like, well, that's not true. I've listened to every single song, but I haven't gave it the second go because I've been so sick. It hurts to put my earbuds in my ears. But there are a few songs I've, like, listened to over and over and over again. One of them I started out with, So High School. But guys, it is so good. It is such a good album. The writing. If someone says Taylor Swift is a cheap lyricist, unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here. I am going to have to come find you. I am in your house. I'm in your walls. Sleep with one eye open. But guys, the Tortured Post Department is so unbelievably good. It's already breaking records. It's been out for 2 days. It's already breaking records. Who's surprised? Not me. Hey, not me. It is such a good album. And I wanted to give you guys my top 5. But mind you, I haven't, like, really listened to it. I've listened to every song when it came out. And oh my god! It's a double album! It was a double album! Oh my god! Also this. I have so much to say, and I'm going mad. I'm going crazy. It was a double album. We did not expect that. But I just want to say this. If you guys have been watching this since the beginning, you would know that in the first episode of the podcast, I did my New Year's predictions because this came out. It came out on New Year's Day. One of my predictions was Taylor Swift would come out with another album, unrelated to the re-records. And what did Taylor do? Let's think about this. I said that, and what did she proceed to do? She came out with another album. Right? I'm always right about these things. Next, Gypsy Rose Blanchard starts a podcast. I believe that's happening in my soul. So just get ready for that. One thing that was not on my bingo card, she left her husband, got back with her ex, got a nose job, and a matching tattoo with her ex. Girl boss. I don't know. Anyway, back to the Tortured Post Department. Guys, it is such a good album. This is how my summer's gonna go. Everyone wants their hot girl summer. Everyone wants to go out and party. Everyone wants to go out and do that. I don't like to party. Okay? Because I have social anxiety. So what am I gonna do? You have your hot girl summer. I'm gonna have my tortured summer. Where I sit in my room. I go on rainy drives through neighborhoods I don't know. And I romanticize my life. Okay? That's what I want to do. That's how I want to spend my summer. I want to have the Tortured Post Department playing on the radio, and I drive through neighborhoods as it's, like, sprinkling. The skies are kind of gray, kind of blue. I'm driving through neighborhoods that I don't know because I want to look at the houses. I want to look at the houses with the Tortured Post Department playing in the back, and I want to think about how one day I'm gonna be in a relationship. Actually, not even that. I want to make up situations in my head. I want to make up situations in my head, and what I would say. I want to say what I would say out loud and make it up. I want to have a story going in my head with a torture post apartment playing in the background while I'm driving through neighborhoods that I don't know, looking at all the pretty houses. That's how I want to spend my summer. That's how I want to spend my summer. And thank you.
Hey guys, editing Beth here. I just wanted to give a little bit of commentary. I love how I went on like 5 minute spiel about how I want to have my tortured summer where I drive through neighborhoods or whatever. Fun fact, can't drive. Fun fact about me, I cannot drive. I do not have my license, can't drive, and I don't even have a car. So, what up with that? Anyway.
Anyway, so here's my top 5 on the torture post department. So far, this is subject to change. But as of whatever day it is, I don't know. I've been sick. I've been sick. Let me live. Starting at number 5, who's afraid of little old me? Guys, let's get into this. Let's get into it. Is this even recording? It is. It is. I was about to freak out if I had been talking for 6 minutes and it wasn't recording. Okay. Who's afraid of little old me? I made a TikTok about this, but I saw a comment on some video that said, "Who's afraid of little me?" is for the girls who want to be taken seriously, but they were too nice for too long. What if you shut your mouth right now? What if we tried that? What if you shut your mouth right now? I saw that comment and I was like, oh, do you have like cameras in my bedroom? Actually, do you have cameras in my bedroom? Dude, as a girl who's in a male dominated major, I've never felt something more. Dude. Speaking of, actually, I know I keep going off topic, but I'm about to lose my mind at school right now. I can't completely go into it because it's just too soon. But holy crap. It is crazy. I think that's why when I got sick, I got so sick because I burned out on school. But anyway, as a girl in a male dominated major, I really felt that because since I've got to college, the misogyny has really shown itself. It's crazy. But like I want to be taken seriously so bad, but I cannot be mean. I can't. I'm too nice. And I know that. I sound nasally, I know. But yeah, I felt that. And that song is for the girls who are too nice for too long. Okay? Like cuz here's how it always goes. I'm nice. I let people walk all over me. I don't have the guts to stand up for myself, so I let it keep happening, and I let it happen for so long that I'll never be taken seriously because I'm just a walkover. I'm a pushover. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be. Imagine if I was a singer. Imagine if I was a singer. Anyway, number 4. Number 4 of my top 5 on the Tortured Post Department is the title track, the Tortured Post Department. Why, you ask? Sonically, that song eats. That song really eats. Lyrically, that song eats. Everything about that song is amazing. That's a really good one. And as I'm talking about it, I'm completely blanking on how it goes. So, well, I guess that's all I have to say on that. That's crazy because I was listening to it on repeat in my bedroom an hour ago, and now I can't even. It's the sickness talking. You guys know. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I'm sick. Anyway. Jeez. Okay, number 3. Down bad. Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Even if I can't have him. Oh! What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm telling you guys, it is as if. Okay, Okay, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy and I know it. I'm going crazy and I know it. But I swear on my life, I don't know how Taylor Swift does it, but every time she comes out with an album, it like directly fits into what I'm going on with, like what's going on in my life right now, okay? And what's going on in my life right now, I'm completely romanticizing my life and I want to find a lover. But down bad, now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out teenage petulance, even if I can't have him. Oh, babe, what? That song goes hard. That song goes hard. Number 2, I just mentioned this a second ago. Number 2 on the album, Guilty as Sin. Dude, that is a song about being horny. I said this on my story. That song is about being horny, and it is a biographical retelling of my life. There, I said it. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I think we need to practice honesty. Okay? That song is my life, okay? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? What then? Go ahead. Tell me what then. What then? It is like, that song is for the people who are so delusional they make up relationships in their head. Dude, you might as well put me in the writing credits of that one. I mean, that song is fire! And now for my favorite one. I'm sure you could guess by how I opened this, but my favorite song on the album thus far is So High School. Because, guys, I've never been in a relationship, as we know, and you don't have to bring it up. We know. But I'm telling you, this is messed up. If I were in a relationship, I would be that girl who knows Aristotle. I'm very smart. I'm very, very into literature. I don't talk about this often, but I'm a poet. Yeah. I've been published. Yeah. So, like, that's totally my vibe. That's my vibe, dude. You know how to ball. I know Aristotle. Shut your mouth. That song is so good. Like, I hear her sing that song, and it's like scratches a little itch on my brain. Wow. That song is so good, dude. I don't know where to put this. Woo. But yeah, that's my top 5 on the Tortured Post department so far. I need a drink. Hold on. We're back. Let me take a drink. I'm getting like so many notifications. Dude, okay. We were talking about this a second ago, but if we go back to like my first episode, we were doing the predictions. One of my predictions was that I was gonna have, this is crazy, a viral video that's related to the podcast. And guys, I'll be darned if I didn't. This is crazy. This just happened like today. Or I guess a few days ago. But a few days ago, I posted a video of a clip from the podcast of last episode where I said, this guy hated me and I hated him too. So, of course, I was in love with him. That video. I posted a clip of that. And it has, like, at this moment, over, like, 100,000 views on Instagram and, like, almost 10,000 likes or something. So, in my world, that's viral. So, I guess another thing I predicted came true. So, this is, like, the room for that. I feel like Brooke and Connor make a podcast because they have, like, the same thing with, like, the manifestation. So, I feel like I have it here, too, which is really cool. Now, since I said that, let's manifest this. I will be on their podcast. Lock in. We're going to become best friends. Lock in. Okay. Anyway, back to the show. So, we were talking about the Tortured Post department, and it is very dark. People are saying dark academia, or however you say that word, I don't know. And I feel like, to go along with that, the celebrity crush of the week is, drumroll please, Hot Priest from Fleabag. Wow! I know I'm crazy. You don't have to tell me. I know I'm crazy. I'm delusional. I need to be sent away. So take me away. Beth, get it together. Okay. I know I'm crazy. I know I should have a crush on Hot Priest, but I do. And so did Fleabag. And, we're both morally gray, I guess. Maybe I'm not morally gray. Maybe I'm not as morally gray as Fleabag. Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But anyway, he is so fine in that show. Oh my god. If you've seen the show, then I'm just gonna say this one word and you're gonna know, okay? Neil. Okay. If a guy told me to kneel, actually, let's back up. If a guy told me to kneel, I would laugh in his face. If hot priest told me to kneel, I'm sat. I'm on the ground. I'm on the ground. I'm kneeling. I'm like, what do you want from me? What do you want? Tell me now. I'll do it. I'll do anything. Dude, I'm sipping up his holy water. Sometimes I say stuff and I freak myself out. But yeah, he, that show, Fleabag is such a good show. I think I've talked about that on, there's a fly in here. I've talked about Fleabag on here before, but it really is such a good show. If you can watch it, definitely watch it. Is it child friendly? No, and I wouldn't ask it to be. I just punched the mic stand. Oh, wait. I have ice. You want to hear it? ASMR! Did you like that? Did you like that? Anyway. But yeah, he was hot in that show, and there was that trend on TikTok of people reacting to, like, what their reaction would be if someone had told them, if they told them they loved them, and the person responded with, it'll pass. And everyone talks a big game that they would just laugh in their face if someone said that. But be real. If you had confessed your love to someone and they said it'll pass, you wouldn't be like, you wouldn't laugh in their face. You'd be like, you would play it just like Fleabag did. Be real. Oh gosh. I would. If someone said, okay, if I had confessed my love to someone and they just said it'll pass, my face, that's my face, girl. Just my stomach's growling. I would not be like, be real. Anyway, now next I wanted to talk about that for a second. Sorry. Now next topic. I'm having memories. Okay. So I'm not in high school anymore. Thank God. Thank God I'm not. This is like in my face in a weird way. Thank God I'm not in high school anymore. But when I was in high school, specifically my junior year, it's just my junior year. Let's talk about that. Junior year of high school was the worst year of my life. Hey, easily worst year of my life. I was bullied so bad, I almost left school. And school system failed me completely. We'll probably get into it in another episode, but not this one. But bottom line, junior year, worst year of my life. There was one girl in particular who I had become friends with and very quickly fell out of that friendship because she did me so dirty. She did me so dirty. And I'm just gonna give you an example. We were in math class and there was this girl and she was talking about her boyfriend and she was like having problems with her boyfriend or whatever. And this one girl who I was friends with, we'll call her Lucy because I see the peanuts right there. Lucy. This is the girl who did me so dirty. So this girl was talking about how her problem she was having with her boyfriend, and Lucy was just like, you should break up with him. And the girl was like, I don't want to break up with him. I mean, I love him. He's my boyfriend. We're just having some problems right now. And she's like, you need to break up with him. He's literally trash. Meanwhile, they're not that close of friends. I mean, they know each other. They're friendly, but they're not like besties. So what? I mean, if it's like your lifeline bestie, I mean, I guess you could say that. But they just have this class together. They're not even in the same grade. The girl, Lucy, was a grade below me, actually. She was a sophomore. But she was like, you need to leave your boyfriend. He's awful. He's trash. And this girl was like, I don't know, man. And then Lucy turns to me and says, well, what do you think, Beth? And I said, honestly, it's really not our business. So it's none of my business. I mean, that's it. It's none of my business. And Lucy literally says, well, what do you know? You've literally never been in a relationship. Hey, she said it to the whole class. You've literally never been in a relationship, Beth, so your opinion doesn't matter. Oh, since we're airing out Beth's dirty laundry, if we're airing out fun facts about Beth, here's one. I don't like you. Oh, I don't like you. Oh. She actually proceeded to tell the entire class, I've never had a boyfriend. Thanks, Luce. Suck my nuts. How about that? That's just one thing she did to me. And then there was one time we had a creative writing class together. I'm probably airing out too many details, but you know what? It does not matter. So I haven't spoken to her in like 2 years. I keep getting notifications. Sorry. Another time in this creative writing class, as I said a few minutes ago, I'm a writer, so I took this class, and one of the things we had to do was like just kind of go through dictionaries and find words that we thought were pretty that we really liked. And I was just like, oh, I love words. Like my family calls me a walking thesaurus because I love vocabulary, which is true. I like to use big words because I find it fun. And she goes, what was I gonna say? Hold on, there's more details I forgot to say. Anyway, we were talking and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I like to use big words. I think I have a pretty high vocabulary. And she goes, no, you don't. You're really not that smart. Huh? She's like, you're really not that smart. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you wrote a word once and you didn't even know how to say it. And so that's when I really stopped liking Lucy. Yes. And then, oh, girl. Oh. And then I like distanced myself from Lucy because I was like, hey, maybe screw you. And I didn't like Lucy anymore. I hadn't liked Lucy for a long time, but still. And it's not like we were best friends anyway. And I was going through a lot. I was going through a lot in my personal life. So that I shouldn't. I was like, get out of my face. So I distanced myself from Lucy. And then, oh my God, Lucy has the nerve. Lucy has the nerve. She's like, Beth, do you not like me anymore? Oh, get real. Oh, get real. What religion do you practice? I practice getting real. Screw you, Lucy. No, I don't like you. She's like, I just don't have any friends. Hey, I think I know why. I might know why. It's because you suck. You suck donkey balls. And you're about to suck mine. She got on my nerves a lot. Potentially. Lucy, I hope you're doing well. Oh, and her little friend she had. This is crazy too. She had a friend who was like also my friend, not for long. um she had like a weird obsession with me, which sounds crazy, I know, but I was in class once and I was like walking out of class and she wasn't in the class, but she saw me walking out and she ran into my class to come find me. And she found me and she grabbed me by the arm and she's like, "Hi Beth, sorry, I just wanted to touch you." H-U-H. Huh? That's weird. That's weird. I I'm gonna be real with y'all. Don't care for being touched. Sorry. I'm not like a physical touch person. Now that being said, if you see me out in the street and you want to say hi, because I know I get recognized sometimes, and you want a hug, and just say, "Hey, can I have a hug?" And I would be more than happy to. A blitz attack, though, not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. And so I didn't care for that when she just ran up to me and grabbed me by the arm. And I was like, "Sorry, I just wanted to touch you." Hey, out of curiosity, what do you mean? Huh? That's weird. That's weird behavior. Sorry. Anyway. But I just about burped again. Oh, you guys, it's crazy. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out in these parts. Um, you're gonna marry kiss or kill me. What was I talking about? Oh my gosh, what was I talking about? I keep I think it's because I'm sick. I'm having some brain fog, and I keep losing track of my thoughts. But this is not on the list to talk about. But now that I'm looking at it, let's talk about it. Okay. Ooh, okay. So I enjoy reading, but it is very hard for me to find a book that I can actually get into. So I don't read often, but I do enjoy reading. And my favorite book of all time, and it's gonna sound so pretentious, but it's Jane Eyre. It's Jane Eyre, and this is a really nice copy of it my sister got me for Christmas. Look, it's gold and stuff. But truly, 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 this is my favorite book of all time, dude. Because I feel like I didn't understand it at the time, why I loved it so much. But after a year now, since having read it, I get it. I get why. Because I had to write a paper on this. I had to write a paper on this, and it ended up being the paper I used for my AP exam, my AP Lit exam, which I passed, so I did not have to take English 101. Anyway, so I had to write a paper about it, and basically I decided to write about how Jane was fighting for autonomy in her life, but she also wanted love. Basically, the whole premise, the whole my whole thesis that I had come up with for the book was that Jane Eyre wanted autonomy in her life, and she wanted freedoms, and she wanted her own independence, but she also wanted love. And so the whole book is her journey through finding how autonomy and love can coexist. And I sound so smart right now, but how love and autonomy can coexist in the same world, and she doesn't have to completely lose herself in order to have love. Because this was a Victorian novel, I'm pretty sure, Charlotte Bronte, and at that time, women had no rights. But you have authors like Charlotte Bronte who write about women who want that kind of autonomy and independence, where they can have their own life outside of just having a husband and being a mother. Or like Jane Eyre, she's not a mother, she's a girl, went to school, done all stuff, becomes a nanny for the daughter named Adele, by the way. And she works for this guy who's a total turd. And oh my god, screw everything I was just saying. The funniest thing about this book, the funniest thing, the amount of times she calls Mr. Rochester fugly is hilarious. She's like, he's not the most attractive man. Jane Eyre's calling him fugly to his face, dude. That is wild to me. Where's my thing at? Did I just never put this back on? Anyway. But yeah. This is such a good book. And it sucks so bad, dude, because no one wants to read it. And I get it. How many pages even is it? It's gone now. 574 pages. I get it. People really aren't in a book for that long, okay? You lose people, and I get it, especially when it's a Victorian novel. My AP Lit teacher said it all the time. If you're reading a Victorian novel, you got to give it at least 50 pages before it gets good. And hey, that's true. But this is such a good book, and I realize why I relate to it so much is because Jane wants this independence, but she also wants love. That's the premise of the book, or at least what I found. And in my life, I have this podcast, as we know, and one of my biggest fears in life is being dependent on someone else to, just live. I want to have my freedom. I want to have my independence, and I want to have autonomy in my own life. I want to have autonomy in my body, in my life. That's how I feel. And I have this podcast, which I've, done it all myself. This is my dream, and I'm doing it. But what happens when I find love? What happens then? Because if I were asked to give this up, I couldn't forego my life. I couldn't forego my independence for love. I don't think I could. Then again, I've never been in love, so I don't know. But I, you know, I've worked very hard, which sounds crazy because, I mean, I feel like I work a lot harder than I know of because I'm the one doing it, but I've accomplished a lot with the podcast. This is my life. This is my life. And if I were asked to give it up, I do not think I could do it, which is crazy. But I think about it all the time. I left my mouse, dude. I left my mouse at my college dorm, and so my computer is turning off again. I don't know. I've worked very hard on the podcast and like put a lot of my time into it. And this is my dream to do this. And I just don't know if I could give it up. Because to me, this is like my freedom. Like, this is a freedom to me. This is an independence. This is my autonomy. Because although it's a podcast, but I'm not. The premise of the podcast is that it's my life and I get to talk about that. So if someone were to take that away from me, it's like you're taking away my right. It's like you're taking away my right to share my life and to have a life. And I feel like that's kind of Jane Eyre because if she wants to find love, she has to give up who she is, I think that's why I like it so much. And although when I first read that book, I didn't have the podcast, and at the time I didn't know I would have the podcast because it wasn't ever supposed to be a podcast. The Buzz with Beth wasn't, but it's weird. It's kind of like the butterfly effect. But yeah, that was not on the list to talk about, but the book was there, so I kind of went on my rant. But no one ever wants to read the book. My mom won't read it. My friend Maria won't read it. Brooke won't read it. My sister, Brooke. And I'm just like, okay, I need someone to talk about this with. The only person that read it was my English teacher. Hi, Miss Johnson. I love her. Missing her. She was a good teacher. But, oh my god, fun fact. When I read that book, I had to write that paper on it. And, of course, we had like a prompt. It was like a Q3 kind of paper. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I don't really know what it is anymore. It's been so long. But it's a kind of essay, I think. And I had to write an essay about the book. And I was the only one in my entire class who did it correctly. And she used my paper as an example for the class, but told no one it was mine. So it was like our little secret. And they were supposed to like do their homework and study my essay so they could correct theirs, but no one did it. So I never got my flowers. And I told my teacher, and she was like, it's okay that they didn't do it. That just means they won't get a good grade for it. And I'm like, you're such a real one. But yeah, that essay was so good that the prompt for that essay ended up being the prompt on the AP exam. And I won't say what it is because I don't think by law you're not supposed to, but whatever. I did Jane Eyre. And yeah, I passed my AP exam that way. So to all those who, didn't like my essay and said I sucked, actually, instead of saying I suck my nuts. Suck my nuts. The amount of times I've said suck my nuts in this episode is actually crazy. Anyway. But yeah. Now to my next topic, because I've been thinking about this a lot. I swear I'm getting so many notifications, it's crazy. I hope it's not buzzing the camera. If it is, I'm going to lose my mind. But anyway. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Growing up, I've had like such a hard time building friendships or any kind of relationship with others because I run into the same thing where people constantly will tell me that I'm too much because I'm very outspoken, and not in the way that I say like you're ugly or something. Like people will do that and be like, I'm just honest, I'm just outspoken. No, you're just mean. When I say I'm outspoken, I say what's on my mind. Like, for example, suck my nuts. I'll just say that. And oftentimes people will say I'm too much. That's happened quite a few times. And I'm just like, that's like the worst thing you could say to someone. That is like the worst thing you could say to someone, because imagine like you're with someone and they're completely being themselves. They're open and honest. They're the most vulnerable they could be. They're completely being who they are. And you tell them they're too much. That is so hurtful. That is like the worst thing you could say to someone. Imagine just telling someone that who they are as a person is overwhelming and unlikable. That makes me want to vomit. Like, that's the worst kind of person. To make someone feel that way, I don't know, man. Sick in the head you have to be to say that. But I've just been thinking about that a lot. Because my whole life, that's kind of been like the go-to response when I'm in a friendship and it's not working out. It's just, oh, you're just too much. And that messes someone up, because then I remember, I can pinpoint it all. Like, I would be told that, and then I remember trying to contain it, especially in high school. Like, I tried to really tone it down. I remember there would be days in school I wouldn't even talk to anybody because I just didn't want to be too much. And that's just not the way to be, man. If someone tells you that you're too much, tell them this. If someone says you're too much, well, maybe they're not enough. I'm too much? Well, you're not enough. So, because, like, you find it intimidating that I'm confident enough to be myself. Oh, well, that says a lot about you, doesn't it? You're insecure and you don't know how to handle any of your emotions, that you have to make everyone else feel bad for being themselves. You're such a turd. So if anyone ever tells you that you're too much, just know you're not too much. They're just not enough. I don't know why. I was just thinking about that recently. I just think that's one of the worst things you could tell someone. And it really just shows, like, I don't know. I think people are afraid to show who they really are. I mean, that's not like a new concept. I mean, people are just innately afraid to be themselves. But I mean, I'm, guilty of that as well. I remember all the time, like in high school specifically, because that was like really when you find out some things about yourself. But I was in high school. I've always been pretty active on social media, but all the time I'd be like, I can't post that. Oh, I can't post that because what if guys don't like me? Oh, what if a boy sees this and he doesn't like me anymore because he sees that I post that? Or what if I post this and my friends don't like me anymore because I post that and it's too much of me? First of all, the guys didn't want me before I posted it, so it don't matter if they don't want me after. They didn't want me anyway. Two, if I'm myself and they don't like it, why would I want to be with them anyway? Because here's the thing. If you're not yourself, okay, you can fake it sometime, but you can't fake it all the time. You can fake it for a little while, but you can't fake it forever. And so really, it's self-sabotage. That's why you need to go into things being yourself from the get-go. And I mean, I'm guilty of it. I mean, I'm not always myself. I mean, a lot of the classes I go to, I like put on a bit of a character. But then there's also like different parts of me. There's also that too. So, I mean, there's different sides to me. And that doesn't necessarily mean I'm not being myself. That's just a different side you're seeing. But like, if I go to do something new in college, say I go to like a college event, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not myself. Because I'm nervous. But I would say 9 times out of 10. But then again, I also don't go to school events often, so who knows. But it is really important to just go into things being yourself, because when you do eventually form relationships with people, you want to form the relationship on the basis that you are who you are, or else it will inevitably end. And I think I'm learning that now, because all the friends I've made in college, I have lost now, whether they know it or not. And they'll never see this. They're the ones who make fun of me for doing this. But it's because like I went into it like wanting them to like me, so I would code switch to like what I think they would want from me. And that's not me. And then on the other side of that, I really don't know what they want because I cannot relate to these people at all. I'm like on a completely different planet. And I just find it very hard to relate with people. I think I've lost the plot of what I'm talking about. But anyway, back to like the main point. If you're feeling like you're too much, you're not. The people you're around are just not enough. And I think it's taken me a long time to realize that. But I feel like I finally am in a place where I get it. I get it now. Probably because of the podcast, because it's kind of like therapy because I'm kind of airing it all out. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a nice thing to end on. If you're feeling like you're too much, you're not. You're just enough. The people around you are not enough. If they're ever making you feel like you're too much, you're perfect. Anyway, this is another episode of Beth not introducing herself in the beginning of the episode. So, I was your host. This is so dumb. Why can't I remember to introduce myself? I really need to start writing it up on the board because I cannot remember to introduce myself. However, I did remember to change the sign, so give me a little bit of credit. Anyway, I was your host, Bethany Haven, and this was The Buzz with Beth. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, keep it to yourself because I will actually violently sob if you say otherwise. So yeah. I love you guys so much. Bye. Meow. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, also, Stream Tortured Post Department. We're getting nominated for a Grammy, babe. Meow.